Hey everyone, I'm Adam from The Pursuit, and today I want to give you 10 tips for staying in your relationship. All of these are going to be centered around the idea of quit winning. Tip number one, quit winning arguments. Did you know that when you win, that means your partner loses? And if you're after a healthy relationship, if you win and your partner loses that argument, that means your relationship loses. So if you want your relationship to win, quit winning arguments. Number two, quit winning emotionally. There's enough room in your relationship for both of you to have feelings, even both of you to have big feelings. So we don't have to win the empathy contest. So remember, there's room enough for both of your feelings. Number three, quit winning the calendar. Both people in the relationship have important things, their work, running the household, raising the kids, getting them to practice, and individual social lives. Both of you are allowed to have calendars that are important. Discussing the calendar is essential, and I recommend that couples talk about it on a daily basis, especially if you have children and you have many things that are going on, but at minimum, talk once a week about what the upcoming calendar looks like. So your calendar is not more important than your spouse's, nor is theirs more important than you. Quit winning. Number four, quit winning parenting. Many times when couples come into our office and they're discussing parenting, they're talking about how they want to be right in the way that they're parenting. However, there are many books about parenting, which means that there's not one specific way that's going to be the best way. When you and your spouse are trying to be right about which parenting style to use, that means that your kids are going to lose and your relationship is going to lose. One of my favorite books is How to Raise an Adult, which discusses multiple theses on parenting and all the different ways, the pros and the cons on how to raise your children. So, check out that book if you want some tips on how to quit winning with your parenting style. Number five, quit winning vacations. It's not about where you want to go or where your spouse wants to go. Most families take one trip and one vacation a year. What does that mean? What does a trip mean? A trip is something that's going to take energy from you. It's going to have a full calendar, a lot of events, the sightseeing, moving from one place to another, lots of activities. So, trips empty the gas tank. Vacations, on the other hand, they refill the battery life or they refill the gas tank. Think about plugging in your phone. When you're not using it and it's plugged in, it charges much faster. So if your battery is empty, you might need a vacation for you to recharge. This might mean that you're going to spend a lot of time relaxing, sitting on a beach, sitting at the mountain cabin, or just a staycation with nothing on the agenda. So quit winning at vacations and remember, I want to do a trip and I want to do a vacation. Number six, quit winning the silent treatment. One of the leading experts on marriage, John Gottman, wrote a book called The Seven Principles That Make Marriage Work. And in that book, he discusses the four horsemen of the apocalypse of marriage. That sounds pretty daunting, right? Well, in that four horsemen, he talks about criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. Stonewalling is the silent treatment. And that is actually one of the biggest predictors of divorce, just like the other three, four horsemen. However, stonewalling or the silent treatment is the ultimate power grab in your relationship. So quit winning the silent treatment. Number seven, quit winning money. It took to number seven for us to get to money. However, a lot of times when people are calling into our office discussing money and how it is utilized in their relationship is one of the main things that couples come in and talk about. Remember that if there is one main breadwinner in the family, that doesn't mean that that person has all the power. That is their role within the family if it is chosen to be that way. There are a lot of households that do have dual income, and that is incredible. However, it is very rare for each person to be contributing financially equally into the relationship. So, money does not equal power in the relationship. Number 8, quit winning the narrative. If you are using words always and never in your relationship, that's got to go. No one always, no one nevers. There are always exceptions to the rule. So quit winning the narrative, and we need to work on changing the story away from always and never. Number 9, quit winning control of the home. Who does chores right is not the point. Of course, each person has their specific way that they would like for certain things to be done because that's how we were raised. We all fold clothes based on how we were raised to fold clothes. It doesn't mean that that is the right way and that your partner has the wrong way. There's also the argument about the dishwasher. It doesn't mean that there's a right way or a wrong way. And I'm sure that several people are yelling back at me right now that there is a right way. And I get it. We all have our preferences. But remember that when you are contributing to your home, you're doing it with a purpose. And your spouse is also doing it with a purpose. And they're just trying to be helpful too. So get over being right. Number 10, quit winning by keeping score. It took to number 10 before we talked about winning by keeping score. No relationship is truly 50-50 or 100 to 0. There's not going to be a perfect balance in any relationship. The more that you track what you're owed, the less you will keep what you vowed. Don't keep track. Don't keep a scoreboard. When you keep a scoreboard in your relationship, the relationship loses. So quit keeping score. We talk with couples a lot in our office about how when you quit winning, that means that your partner quits losing and the relationship can win. I love sports and I love thinking about your relationship of being on the same team. And if one person on the team wins, that means another person on the team loses. And that means that the team loses. Your marriage and your relationship will never win if the other person loses. So your marriage will win when you quit winning. I'm Adam with The Pursuit, and I look forward to the next video.